it's you," Peter replied. "Tell me to come to you on the water." Matthew 14:28.
With all your heart, trust in the Lord, says Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Go! Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Trust in the Lord, says Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Trust in the Lord, says Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Take it away, Maddie C. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Trust in the Lord, says Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Trust in the Lord, says Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Trust in the Lord, says Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Trust in the Lord, says Proverbs 3, 5, and 6.
After the great feeding of the 5,000, Jesus told his disciples to get into a boat and cross the lake, called the Sea of Galilee. "I'll meet you later," Jesus told them. It was time for Jesus to spend some time in prayer. As his disciples took the boat across the lake, Jesus went to a place where he could pray. Even though it was late at night, Jesus knew that prayer and time with God, his Father, was important. While Jesus prayed, a violent storm arose. The wind was fierce on the lake, and the disciples, rowing with all their might, weren't getting anywhere. Even though they had been on the lake for hours, they were unable to steer the boat and became frightened. At that moment, Jesus decided to come to the disciples. Since he did not have a boat, he simply started walking on the water towards them. In the middle of that terrible storm, Jesus walked calmly as the crushing waves roared from all sides. As the lightning flashed and the rain pelted them, the disciples looked around in confusion, wondering what to do. And then they saw something on the water. Could it be Someone walking on the water? It's a ghost! They screamed in terror. Every one of the disciples in the boat was terrified. Take heart. It's me, Jesus replied cheerfully. Don't be afraid. He walked confidently toward the trembling disciples who were huddling in the wind-swept, wave-beaten boat. Then Peter answered, "If it's you, command me to come to you on the water." Peter knew that Jesus had control over all the elements, even the weather. "Come," Jesus replied. So Peter began to climb out of the boat and stepped into the water. He was doing it. He was walking on the water. He could hardly believe what was happening. But then Peter shifted his attention away from Jesus and onto the storm. He felt the sting of the strong wind. He looked at the motion of the wild waves, and then he plunged down into the water. "Lord, save me!" Peter yelled. Quickly, Jesus grabbed Peter and pulled him back, helping him into the boat. Jesus looked at his disciples. "Why do you have so little faith? Why do you doubt so easily?" Jesus asked. Then Jesus stepped into the boat himself, and right away, the night became calm. The air went still. Not even a hint of the terrible wind and storm they had experienced. The disciples in the boat were astonished. Their terror was gone, and they started worshiping Jesus. "Truly, you are the Son of God," they whispered in adoration.
Hola niños, feliz domingo y que el Señor te bendiga.
Hi.
En este día estamos ¿dónde?
Where are we today?
En la bañera,
In the tub.
porque me dijeron
Because they told us
que ustedes
that you
no se habían bañado.
didn't take a shower.
Era una broma. Ahora mismo
Today,
tengo muchas cosas aquí.
we have a lot of stuff here.
Tengo juguetes,
Toys,
tengo tazas
a mug,
y yo quiero hacer una votación contigo.
and we wanted to do an experiment with you.
Ahora, yo quiero que tú me digas
We wanted you to tell
si
us
una taza
if a mug
flota
floats
o se hunde.
or sinks.
¿Qué tú crees?
What do you guys
Vamos a
think?
ver. Dímelo. 1, 2, 3. Se hundió.
It sinks.
Un reloj.
A watch.
¿Se hunde
Does it sink
o flota?
or float?
Vamos a ver.
Let's see.
Se hundió. Esta pequeña tortuga,
This little turtle
¿flota
floats
o se hunde?
or sinks.
Vamos a ver.
Floats.
Oh, flota. Esta piedra, ¿flota o se hunde?
Does it float or sink?
Oh, se hundió. Esta cuchara,
This spoon
¿flota
floats
o se hunde?
or sinks.
Se hundió. ¿Qué otra cosa? Tenemos un bloque de Lego.
A block of Lego.
¿Se hunde
Does it sink
o flota?
or float? It
¡Flota!
floats.
¿Y sabes que eso me recuerda a una historia en la Biblia?
And you know, that reminds me of a story in the Bible.
En Mateo capítulo 14,
In Matthew capital
14, versículo 28.
verse 28.
Y dice así.
And it says like this.
Entonces Pedro le respondió,
And so Pedro answered,
Señor,
Señor, I mean God,
si realmente eres tú,
if it really is you,
ordena a que yo camine también sobre el agua
say that I can also walk on water
y vaya donde tú estás.
and go where you are.
Y Jesús le dijo,
And God said,
ven,
come.
gloria al Señor. Yo en este día no te voy a pedir
Today I'm not going to ask you
que te tires al agua
to jump in the water
para ver si flotas o no.
to see if you float or not.
Pero en esta historia,
But in this story,
cuando Jesús estaba caminando sobre las aguas,
when God was walking in the waters,
Pedro quiso ir con él.
Pedro wanted to go with him.
Y Jesús le dijo, ven.
And God said, come.
Y Jesús estaba caminando sobre el agua.
And God was walking in the water.
Y Pedro dijo, yo también quiero caminar contigo.
And Pedro said that he wanted to do it too.
Y Jesús le dijo, ven.
And God said, come.
Pero ¿qué pasó cuando Pedro
But what happened when Pedro
quitó la mirada de Jesús?
took off the look of God?
Empezó a caminar mirándolo,
He went to walk looking at him.
pero cuando quitó la mirada de él,
But when he took off the look of him,
que empezó a mirar para otros lados,
he started to look at other sides.
Pedro
Pedro, this little guy, Pedro,
se empezó a hundir.
he He started to
y a
sink.
hundir y hundir y hundir. ¿Por qué?
Why?
Porque no tenía fe.
Because he didn't have faith.
Porque empezó a quitar la mirada de Jesús.
Because he took off the look of God.
Nosotros como cristianos
Us like Christians,
tenemos que caminar siempre
we need to always walk
con la mirada
with the look
en Jesús.
in God.
Ahora yo te pregunto,
We ask you.
¿eres
¿Eres
tú uno que se hunde o uno que flota?
Are you a person who sinks or floats?
Piénsalo.
Think about it.
¿Eres un niño que se hunde
Are you a kid that sinks?
o eres un niño que flota?
Or are you a kid that floats?
Si eres un niño que flota,
If you're a kid that floats,
eres un niño que siempre tiene la mirada en Jesús.
then you're a kid that always looks at God.
Pero si tú eres un niño que se hunde,
But if you're a kid that sinks,
es porque cada vez que vienen los problemas,
it's because when the problems come,
quitas la mirada de Jesús,
you take off your look of God,
de tu Dios.
of your God.
Así que tenemos
So we need
que
to
caminar cada día
walk every day
como unos flotadores
like floaters
y no como unos que se hunden.
and not like some that sink.
Y si últimamente estás sintiendo que todo el tiempo te estás hundiendo,
And if you feel that sometimes you're always sinking,
ora conmigo en este momento.
pray with me in this time.
Padre, en el nombre de Jesús, yo te ruego, Señor, por cada uno de estos niños.
We pray for every one of these kids.
Yo te ruego, Señor, que si hay un niño
We pray that if there's a kid
que necesita
that needs
mantener su mirada en ti
to keep their look on you,
para mantenerse a flote
to keep them afloat
en el caminar cristiano,
in the walk of Christian,
que tu Espíritu Santo lo ayude ahora.
that your Holy Spirit will help
En
them
el
out.
nombre de Jesús.
In the name of Jesus.
Amén.
Amen.
Si hiciste esta oración,
If you did that
te
prayer,
doy gracias
we give you
y sigue
thanks,
caminando,
and keep on
manteniendo
walking,
tus ojos en Jesús
keeping your eyes on God,
para que no te hundas.
so you don't sink.
Porque tú siempre
Because you
vas a poder
always
caminar sobre las aguas
will always go over the water
con Jesús.
with God.
Dios te bendiga y nos vemos el próximo domingo.
God bless you, and we see you the next Sunday.
Bye.
Bye.